Ah, what a beautiful day in nature, or as I call it, a dature. Come on. Hi there, tree.
Well, hello there, Jarvis. I love you.
Oh, shucks. I love you too, tree. Put her there. What's going on, bush?
Not much. Have a nice day, Jarvie.
Hey, Jarvis.
What the f***, bird of paradise?
I was just trying to get in on the morning love.
You put pollen in my nose!
I'm so sorry. My pollen just floats in the air. I didn't mean it.
You disgusting piece of garbage! Kids live in this neighborhood!
Please, it was an honest mistake. It'll never happen again.
1 star.
Sorry, what?
1 star. Bitch. Hi, Internet. I'm Jarvis. You may have noticed that I haven't posted any videos in the last 2 months, and that's because I got trapped in a Chipotle bathroom and it took a really long time for someone to let me out. Today, I'm going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. Yelp. I wore the shirt for this bit. It's really tight, so... All right, now that that bit is over, I can breathe. Full disclosure, I actually used to work at Yelp as a software engineer, which is why I have the shirt. But before you think this is a sponsored video, one of my main takeaways is how much I hate Yelp reviews. Now, I don't mean to be harsh, but actually, no, that's exactly what I mean to be. I just don't understand who could possibly feel self-important enough to think that they deserve to blab on about anything they want and an audience just has to pay attention to them. Like, I would never do that. But today I want to focus on a particular phenomenon in Yelp reviews, the 1-star review. In order to write a 1-star review for a business, you have to hate the business so much, or you have to at least think that what the business did to you was so bad that they deserve whatever consequences come from your review, which is almost never the case, because people complain about the most random shit, which almost never has anything to do with the business itself. For example, you all know that I'm a big fan of beans that were roasted in March. I'm a big fan of Phil's Coffee, not sponsored. I just pulled up 1-star reviews for a place that I got coffee every day for the last year. I'm just gonna read to you one of these 1-star reviews for Phil's. You have to tip them. Otherwise, you will get shitty coffee. The cashier and the baristas have their own jargon or gestures to figure out who tips and who doesn't. It only happened every time I didn't tip. Never happened when I tip, and you can see how the barista and cashier communicate when you pay for your coffee. Kinda funny. No they don't. You don't even pay until after they start making your coffee. How would they know if you tip? So this is just a conspiracy theory. The theory being that for some reason, Phil's doesn't want to serve you good coffee. They instead want to serve you awful coffee. And the only way that you get good coffee is if you tip, which would serve no one, because why would they have a secret rule? Most of these 1-star reviews are either like the one I just read, where someone has constructed this grand conspiracy where like the business is out to get them, or they're just like a really entitled customer. And nowhere is that sense of entitlement more present than in reviews for national parks. For some reason, Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona is home to much of the immense Grand Canyon, with its layered bands of red rock revealing millions of years of geological history. Wow. What natural beauty. Or, as Jorby P describes it, whoopity-doo, Grand Canyon, you're a giant hole in the ground. You were caused by erosion. You don't have roller coasters or Dippin' Dots. Jeesh. Roller coasters and Dippin' Dots. Is Jorby 12? Let's just read Barry G's review. He, looks like a nice guy. I've seen better. Big whoop. Why do these people feel like they need to seem cool by not enjoying the Grand Canyon? What did you gain by writing this review? What would Barry G give a 5-star review to? He gave a 4-star review to a gym in San Francisco that I used to go to that fucking sucks. So he has horrible taste. This is a great gym. I would recommend it to anyone. And the price is right. No, it was extremely expensive and bad. So I'm not gonna trust his review on the Grand Canyon. Don't bother going to the Grand Canyon. Just step on a Stairmaster and it's 4 times as good. Once you've been to Yellowstone, the Grand Canyon is a joke. And I'm an Arizona native. There are no animals, no greenery, no clear blue streams, just a muddy river, rock, and sheer cliffs. So it's not another place. It's like, this place isn't like the other place I like. I've been to Yellowstone twice, with buffalo herds walking near my car, an entire elk herd passing me when I went hiking, bald eagle so big I thought it was Jurassic Park, bears twice, and even a wolf trying to steal a baby buffalo, and the standoff among a herd. And at the Grand Canyon, a hole. A very large hole. Okay, we get it. The Grand Canyon sucks. The bald eagles are small. You only see bears once. And there are no wolves trying to steal buffalo babies. But apparently Yellowstone is sick. So I guess let's look at the reviews for that. Yellowstone National Park is a nearly 3,500 square mile wilderness recreation area atop a volcanic hotspot. Yellowstone features dramatic canyons, alpine rivers, lush forests, hot springs, and gushing geysers. It's also home to hundreds of animal species, including bears, wolves, bison, elk, and antelope. Ah yes, the animals we've heard so much about. I know what I am writing is committing a sacrilege. I know what I am writing here is committing a scarilege, but I hated Yellowstone. The problem with the place is that it is dull. What? Look, I get it. This is not some nature-hating guy. He just hates this nature. Very scenic. However, the most beautiful sights of our time. However, absolutely breathtaking and one-of-a-kind beauty. However, traffic is terrible and the roads are not in good shape. The sights to see, like geysers, have little tiny parking lots. I like to think that he's trying to park his car inside of the geyser. Spent a whole day in park and only saw some bison. Saw moose, deer, etc. outside of park. What? $30? And you have grass inside of your park? Well, guess what, Buster? I have grass at my house. So, life hack. You mean to tell me that I have to pay $30 and there's moose outside and I can't park in a geyser? What am I even paying you for? The preservation of our natural land? I want bison. I would give it 0 stars if I could. That's how you know a Yelp review is gonna be good. Whenever they start with, I wanna give it less stars than the platform even allows me. Under what circumstances does one of the most celebrated places on earth deserve 0 stars? I just got back from Yellowstone National Park and frankly, 0 stars. The entire place had been replaced with a black hole. No light could get out of it. It deformed space-time and no moose. I traveled all across the states, and this is by far the worst place I've ever been to. Really? The worst place? I mean, have you been to the Grand Canyon? Apparently it fucking sucks. The park itself is nothing grand. There's mountains, trees, and lakes. The park? Nothing too spectacular. I mean, unless you count the majestic mountains that are one of their kind, the luscious, beautiful green trees. And I guess there's lakes, so clear you can see your reflection, but nothing too grand. In fact, it's probably the worst place I've ever been. The one thing that makes this place different from the other parks is the geysers. I was extremely underwhelmed. Where are you from? They look so much better in pictures. If you want a similar look, just boil a pot of water at home. Oh, okay, yeah, no, boil a pot of water at home. That's the same as geysers, because this is the 6th grade science fair. Another issue is the lack of cell phone service. Okay, here we go. There is little to absolutely no service. Wi-Fi is available in select areas of the park, and for 24 hours of this slow service, you have to pay $12. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? $12? Now, hear me out. Maybe, just maybe, there are no cell towers near the national park by design. Also, $12, not that expensive for Wi-Fi. Have you been on an airplane? The hot lunches at my school are better, and that in itself is just sad. For who? I have refused to eat several times on this trip due to lack of variety and taste. That sounds like a you problem. Let it be known henceforth that I, a Yelp reviewer, am on hunger strike until the variety of the meals at Yellowstone National Park are improved. I will have no more pretzels. I will have no more chicken tenders. If you do decide to come here for God knows what reason, maybe the reason is they want to go to the national park. It's Yellowstone National Park. No one's reading your Yelp review and going, hold on, everyone hold the phone, cease at once. Cat C has written a 1-star review. You're gonna be stuck in a prehistoric world with nothing to do and annoying tourists left and right. I don't know how to break this to you, Becky. Your name's not Becky, but come on. You might be the annoying tourist. This does kind of sound like the plot of a movie, though. A woman with picky eating habits who hates her family gets transported to a prehistoric world. You're just like plugging her phone into a tree. This summer, Becky stops getting basic and starts getting real. Oh my God, the Wi-Fi is $12? She's like eating a stick. This is worse than the food at my school. And finally, I want to jump to Glacier National Park in Montana because for some reason, they have the most buck wild attendees writing reviews of their experience. Warning to all first-time visitors to Glacier National Park in 2016. They wrote this in July of 2016. So they were like, 6 months. That's the relevance that I want for my Yelp review. If you are driving into the park, warn your family and friends. Speed trap alert. The speed limit between Apgar Village and Lake McDonald Lodge is 40. Not gonna tell you any units or anything, but it's 40. Set your car to 40 and you'll be just fine. I seriously thought the speed limit was 45. Now I feel like they're talking to me as if I'm an officer who's giving them a ticket. Officer, I thought the speed limit was 45. 45 what? Sorry, that's above my pay grade. This next one is from Vincenzo K. Unless you hike and get to see the glaciers, then I suppose this is a great park to visit. Hold on, let me read the title of the park. Glacier. Okay, go on. The turnouts are small and usually clogged by vehicles, leaving you with nowhere to park. Also, at the time of our visit, half of the road was closed due to snow. Okay, this is in Montana, there are mountains. It seems like a normal problem. Well, there was no snow on the mountains, and it being late June, it could not possibly have snowed there. Was there a UFO landing? Pretty fishy. You know, maybe this is just my read, but this guy's definitely been abducted by aliens. Like, there's so many explanations before aliens. What does this guy do in normal situations? They're out of the Popeye's chicken sandwich, and this guy is like, it must be UFOs. An immense disappointment. So bad that we cut our visit to Montana by 2 days and headed to the lovely Washington State. Hold on, was this paid for by the Tourism Board of Washington State? Seems pretty fishy. So, we've had some fun here, but now it's time for that fun to end because I'm going to read to you the worst review that I have ever seen. I love camping in nature. My wife is from Colorado and we live in Montana. So we've done a fair amount of camping in both Montana and Colorado. Cool, man. After staying at Two Medicine Campground in East Glacier, I would be unlikely to return to Glacier for the following. All right, here we go. There were the most number of rangers who exerted the most control I've ever experienced at any camping trip. There was prob 1 ranger for every 3 campers. I mean, maybe I'm an idiot here, but it seems like he's mad that the rangers were doing their job. There were an extreme number of rules, which the large geriatric community helped the rangers viciously enforce. Viciously? Also, is he just roasting old people with this large geriatric community comment? My daughter was told she couldn't take a rock from next to the lake. There were many, many rules on where we could go, where our dog could go, etc. It's a national park. It's protected ground. Why is he upset that, like, he can't just do whatever he wants? Man, the Louvre has so many rules and guards that, along with the large geriatric community, are viciously enforced. My daughter tried to take the Mona Lisa and they tased her. The park rangers reminded me of the TSA at airports. Serious power trip. There was extreme control of nature and bears. I sure hope so. I hope there was control of bears. What exactly do you want, Joe? It seems like you're upset that they won't let you fight a bear. To the point we were followed and inspected anytime we ate at the picnic table. Yeah, cause you seem like a pretty high-risk camper, my guy. We couldn't enjoy a picnic because we knew the rangers were patrolling to make sure we took all our food with us when we left. You can't enjoy a picnic unless you're allowed to litter afterward. You know who likes leftover food that's just lying around? Bears. Just a thought, the rangers might not like the bears going, where the people are. Also, every time I say ranger, I think of Power Rangers. Rangers! Someone has left trash at the picnic tables. The bears are approaching. Needless to say, we saw no animals other than birds and one mountain goat at Logan Pass. The goat had a huge tracking collar placed by the forestry. Very artificial. Is he saying the experience was artificial because the goat had a tracking collar on it? Or does he think this is an animatronic goat? I'm pretty sure they put trackers on all of the animals, you know, to like keep track of them. It sounds like this guy should just go into the forest where there are no rules and lots of bears. Rangers made everyone clear the area from the mountain goat, ruining that experience also. What is it that you want, Joseph? Do you want to ride the goat? Any private campground would be nicer and more natural. Yeah, probably. The whole reason that national parks exist is to protect them from people, is to protect them from you. This guy's just upset he wasn't like a logger in 1860. In summary, Glacier has postcard views of landscape, but that's all it offers. That's it. Just like beautiful landscape that you would put on a postcard. If you want to see beautiful landscape, this is for you. Your 1-star review is, I mean, if you want to see beautiful landscapes or something, like, by all means. Me being from Montana, I would drive there again for a day or so. So you'd go back. Does he not know that he gave this this park a 1-star review? If you want to get out and experience nature and wildlife, this isn't for you. And you will have the Forestry Service against you. What did you do? And we're done. This video well, it's not sponsored. It's the opposite of sponsored. By Team Trees. What is Team Trees, you ask? Well, it's a very large YouTube collaboration started by Mr. Beast and Mark Rover, who have been working on this for the past couple of months, with the goal of somehow planting 20 million trees. How are we gonna do this? Well, okay, no, we're gonna donate. In fact, if you head over to teamtrees.org, you'll be able to donate as many trees as you want. Any amount of trees. And the proceeds go directly to the Arbor Day Foundation, which is one of the longest running tree planting NGOs. $1 equals 1 tree planted in an area that needs it most, so no donation is too small. In fact, take screenshots and hit me up on social media with your trees that you donated, even if it's, you know, just 1 or 2 trees, and I'll be like liking and replying to comments all day. I'm also, just this once, gonna choose someone who donates to be next week's shout out. So, ready, set, go plant some trees. You can do it. Thanks to Yashraj Mote for doing my survey. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. If you want me to butcher your name, donate a tree. And if you don't have any money to donate a tree, I will send you $1 if I can. I just want people to plant some trees. That's all I've got. I'm gonna try to edit this now.